I'm going to talk about the poem called Dulce et Decorum Est by Wilfred Owen. Bent double, like old beggars under sacks, knock-kneed, coughing like hags, we cursed through sludge, till on the haunting flares we turned our backs, and towards our distant rest began to trudge. Men marched asleep, many had lost their boots, but limped on, bloodshot. All went lame, all blind, drunk with fatigue, deaf even to the hoots of tired, outstripped 5-9s that dropped behind. Gas, gas, quick boys, an ecstasy of fumbling, fitting the clumsy helmets just in time, but someone still was yelling out and stumbling, and floundering like a man in fire or lime, dim through the misty panes and thick green light, as under a green sea I saw him drowning. In all my dreams, before my helpless sight, he plunges at me, guttering, choking, drowning. If in some smothering dreams you too could pace behind the wagon that we flung him in, and watch the white eyes writhing in his hanging face, like a devil sick of sin, if you could hear at every jolt the blood come gargling from the froth-corrupted lungs, obscene as cancer, bitter as the cud of vile, incurable sores on innocent tongues, my friend, you would not tell with such high zest to children ardent for some desperate glory the old lie, dulce et decorum est, pro patria mori. Okay, well, I chose this poem because it spoke to me the most out of any poem that I have looked at so far. Just the way that it was written and the words used make me want to keep reading it. I think Wilfred Owen wrote a compelling poem that tells stories of the war that most people don't really talk about. I don't have really any relation to the war, but just the way he puts into perspective for me, because everyone always makes soldiers and their death to be out to be heroic and noble, but really it's not that courageous, and just the way this author writes about it makes it seem a lot more realistic than the way that most people would like to think about it. The last two lines particularly I thought were really important because it says dulce et decorum est pro patria mori, and that's Latin for it is sweet and fitting to die for one's country. And before that he says the old lie, and he's saying that because he's saying that it's glorious and honorable to die for your country, but he spends the entire poem before that talking about pretty much the opposite, saying all these horrible events of the war, and he's just simply warning others, saying that war isn't like that, and death's not either, and everyone thinks that going in, that it is like that, but then once you get there, you realize, oh, this is a lot scarier and less than I thought it would be, because everyone thinks so highly of it. He also uses alliteration and similes in the poem to draw attention and to get emotion in order to draw a picture in the reader's mind. He says, and watch the white eyes writhing in his face, in his hanging face, like a devil sick of sin. And that's just to get sympathy from the reader from things he had to witness during his time there. Another part of the poem I really like is the fact that he is reflecting on history, especially just the First World War is known for its chemicals, like the gas used for attackings, and part of the poem he says, I saw him drowning, and that's when he's talking about his group of men getting attacked by mustard gas, and it just is expressing the way they died. They were literally just drowning because the gas fills up your lungs and you choke on it, and he makes it really a lot more realistic for us as readers, and it seems as if we were there with him to witness these men choking on gas, and he just did a really good job and was very successful at portraying the negative attitudes towards the war, because he mourns those he lost and shows his emotions of the catastrophic events that went on during the war.